Hey, good evening. It's Saturday night, April 24th. Again, thanks so much for being here tonight. I've got something really interesting to talk to you about tonight. I'm going to start by asking you a question, our thought for the evening. It might sound like it's kind of off the wall or I'm being intrusive, but really not. Listen, my question is this: what are you living for? Now, I don't have the right to ask that question of you, as if to demand an answer. And no one else, frankly, does. But God does. But he doesn't do it in this harsh way. He is calling to us. Jesus, we've talked about this. Jesus calls to us and says, take his yoke upon us, for he is gentle and humble in heart. He cares for us. He meets our needs. But there's even something more basic and appealing than that. What are you living for? Are we living for the wisdom of God? Because the wisdom of God means that we're in tune with the way that this world is supposed to operate. And the struggles that you and I have is because life doesn't go the way we want it to go. And God's ways are holy and pure. So listen to what these words are in Proverbs 3, because they're really encouraging. They're encouraging to me. He says, blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding. And again, this wisdom is not a set of rules of do's and don'ts. It's not the wisdom of my particular church or your particular church or my denomination or your denomination. It's the wisdom of God imparted to us through the Word by the ministry of the Holy Spirit that the Bible tells us and dwells each of us, that our bodies are his temple. So we want to live in a way that is consistent with the God of the universe, the one to whom everything revolves around. Now, these next line in this rather dramatic push and encouragement for wisdom, for she, wisdom, is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. More profitable than silver and better returns than gold. In other words, it's a good thing to invest in wisdom. It's not there to do something to slap us on the hand or slap us upside the head or tell us we're wrong or make us feel like we're a bunch of jerks or that we're lowlifes. Jesus died so that those tags would be removed from us. More profitable than silver and better returns than gold. She is more precious. Wisdom is more precious than rubies, that is, fine jewels. Nothing you desire can compare with her. Just think for a minute. We're capable of desiring a whole bunch of stuff. If I asked you tonight to write down what are the things that you desire more than anything else, what would you do? You have this fantastic list, right? Well, God is saying, whatever it is you think you want that's going to make you happy, nothing that you desire can compare with her. So again, what are we living for? A list that I can make, or a list that God says, a pathway that God says that my best shot can't even begin to compare? Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand is wealth and honor. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all of her ways, her byways, are peace and prosperity. What God is offering us, this wisdom that he's calling us to, is pleasant. We've been made to think that following God is some kind of drudgery, some kind of mess, some kind of thing that will deprive us of what we really want. And God says his ways are pleasant. And it leads us in the path of peace and prosperity. What am I living for? My idea of what's going to bring me peace and prosperity, or God's? My idea of enjoyableness and pleasantness, or God's? Wisdom. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. And those who hold fast are each declared blessed. Think with me about this for a moment. What are we living for? What am I living for? What are you living for? Is it not to find a pleasant path on this planet? Is it not to invest in things that will have good returns? Is it not to find security? Is it not to invest in joy and hope and make relationships work? The most important thing on this planet is making relationships work. God is saying, invest in my ways. What are you living for? This night, have a different thought about what it means to walk after God. Accept his challenge. We've got a world that's been trying it their own way, and how's it working out for the world? And frankly, when I look at my life, the things that I have tried to do, how's that worked out for me if it's not been consistent with what God is about? We want to invest in things that are worth living for, and God's saying, invest in the wisdom of knowing and loving him. And that's the thought for this night. Think about that this night, and give me some thoughts on Monday. And thank you so much for being here. And what are we living for? What am I living for? Let's live for something where the investment is the beautiful bounty and pleasant ways of God. You have a great night. Lord bless you. Bye-bye.